Hey Bruce, long time no see. I have caught a few of your videos. Most of the time I don't say anything. Sometimes it's mostly talking to myself. I'm not really wanting to get mixed up in the old world. Too many nuts. I'm already fighting one right now, but this is all technical, so it's clean and cut, you know. Just really simple to argue because it's called facts. And trying to argue facts with the drug addict and the rusty cross, well, I never found much entertainment in it in the first place because they don't listen. I mean, it'd be different if there was an actual exchange, but they don't listen. I mean, I even use some vulgarities and insults and all kind of other things trying to make a point. I mean, trying to draw a person out to actually be themselves instead of who they're not. You can deal with the drug addict and the rusty cross, and it's just not worth your time, Bruce. And you got a couple others. You got groupies like Sabella and her husband. I think it's Bruce is her husband's name. It's wrong, I'm sorry. Just what I remember. And then you got Raw, which not impressed. Who else you got? You got Rand Campbell, who is a wannabe Christian, which is probably more likely an atheist in truth, in fact. And then you got a kid by the name of G-Man. Doesn't know anything. He's just all mouth, man. It just rumbles and rumbles. He doesn't have enough biblical training to really speak yet. I mean, he can talk from his heart. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't see him as a person who even understands the Bible, let alone what he's talking about. I did look at a few of his videos for a while back, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. All I can say is he bored me to freaking death. On one of the videos you put up, Bruce, it was about flat earth or something like that. I already know those guys are loons. They're about as stupid can be, man. I know where they're pulling it from. They're pulling it from Revelations. I've got what chapter and verse, but as far as something about to the four corners of the earth. And actually, the slang in English, the four corners of the earth, means the entire whole of it, as you know. But these crazy people see all kind of things into it. But we do have backup that the earth is definitely round, and it's actually quoted in Job, Isaiah, and Proverbs, if I remember right. If I remember, I'll put the verses below. You did bring up something that I guess it was a hangout or something. I'm not going to watch 3.5 hours of a hangout. I don't have an enjoyment to watch 3.5 hours of hangout. It's just not my thing, man. So I'll just take the topic and talk about the topic of what was on there. Something about why does God kill babies, right? Depending on what you're quoting, Bruce, there's a lot of reasons. Now, if you're talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, well, the city was condemned because it was evil. Those two cities were condemned because they were evil. There's no two ways about it, brother. The only people got out of there was Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters. And the city was turned to run. Or cities were turned to run. Then you might want to ask about the Canaanites. Well, if you dig in Joshua, they'll actually come out and say that they were carrying 1 cluster of grapes and it took 2 men to carry the cluster. A cluster is just one thing, right? But it took 2 men to carry it. And it said, compared to the giants of the field, they felt like they were grasshoppers. They were Nephilim, which means part man, part fallen angel. Of some variation. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it was in the first generation, where the DNA was stronger, but in the second generation it was still present. God wrote, I think it was in Job, where one of these creatures stood as high as the cedar of Lebanon. Well, the cedar of Lebanon gets up to about 100 feet. And we have found skeletons of the Nephilim all throughout the world. Most of the times they try to destroy and bury the evidence. But there has been a few photographs that slipped through, but it's easy to debunk. I'll sit there and say, oh, it was false, it was this and that. And when somebody says, well, produce the evidence, well, somebody else took it and they don't know what happened to it. There was a cave like that in the Grand Canyon, that everything was removed and the cave was sealed and concrete shut. So the world doesn't want that information out. But that's the reason. Part human, part Nephilim, regardless. You see, God may be of love, right? But this is a fractured creation. It's not the way it was supposed to have been. But God is also righteous. And it was just as much for the Hebrew people coming out of bondage for their own protection as it was for anything else. Because anything, and I mean anything they touched, was corrupt. Because God told them to kill every man, woman, child, and animal, and leave nothing alive, and take no spoils of any of the cities, and to destroy it, because it was all evil. There's your answer verse. It's a straightforward thing. God is of love, but He's also righteous. And He will not tolerate abominations. Well, you be blessed, Bruce, and good luck with the drug addict and the Rusty Cross and the supposed G-Man and the groupies and all that mess. I mean, I'm not even interested in even talking to those morons again. Not even remotely interested. I mean, God, they're stupid, ignorant, nonsensical creatures. Next thing they're going to be doing is saying demons are going to occupy the dead and they'll rise as zombies. Iron Cross, future cult leader. Probably more truth than false. To what degree that really happens, I don't know. But they're a comical group. They make me laugh. But, you know, man, by going against them all the time, what you're doing is you're supporting their delusion. And that might be almost as detrimental than ignoring them. Something to think about, man. Well, you be blessed and take care, Bruce. It's been a long time, man. And I guess I'll go back fighting with all critters that don't understand science. It's almost just as bad. One I'm engaged with now is also an occult member of a different occult that believes beating your wife is right. Their leader, which is dead now, was really, it got pretty ugly. Because the Australian Broadcasting Company did a whole thing on it. I'm going to look it up. It's called Christian Assembly International. That's the name of that occult. I didn't even try to engage in that occult. I mean, it just... Where would you end? They're nuts. They're almost as bad as the flippin' crazy witch, the Red Witch. So, luckily there's no false prophecies. There's just a lot of bad stuff. Pentecostals, give me hives most of the time. They're freaking insane. There's no biblical backup for anything they say and do. And they're insane. And I have a couple friends who are Pentecostals. But it's like walking a fine line, what I say. And I've tried to explain some of it. Like speaking in tongues as they do now. Well, that was done in Corinth, and that was part of witchcraft. In the actual day of tongues was where one person from one land and another person from a different land could understand each other without any knowledge of the other's language. That was it. One day, able to talk, finito. Didn't happen again. That's like you don't see the Messiah getting executed every year. Those guys are nuts. Anyhow, I'm sure it's gone long enough. You take care, Bruce. Be blessed. Get a tetanus shot if you're going to mess with the rusty cross. You might need it. You don't know where that rusty cross has been. If you cut yourself and get have a rusty cross all over you, you might get tetanus. Take care, Bruce. Shalom.